What's up guys, Armor98 here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about, well, I'm just going to go on a little bit of a rant. I'm going to be talking about the shit that's been going on in the news as of late with statues being taken down. Now, the United States was founded in 1776. That was over 240 years ago. 241 years the United States has been a country at the filming of this video. And we've put statues up for people that have had an impact on our history. Now, yes, some of it has been proven to be different, but still, when we're putting statues up, you shouldn't really be taking them down. If you look at other countries and some of the horrible things that have been done there, and statues are still up of the people that did those horrible things. Take into consideration Italy. They were an Axis power in World War II. They still have statues of Benito Mussolini standing today, to this day. And, you know, they were killing millions of people. Now, fast forward, we're in 2017, and all of a sudden, every single statue that has anything to do with any form of history, Confederate or, you know, at this point I'm hearing that they might be taking down the Columbus statue in Columbus Circle. There's a reason it's called Columbus Circle. It's called that because there's a fucking statue in the middle of the fucking circle. Why the fuck are you gonna take that down? I don't get it. But anyway, you've got a lot of states in the South. Now, don't get me wrong. Slavery was completely wrong. It should never have been done, but it was done. It was done to both whites and blacks over history. And, you know, back when slavery was a thing, it was sort of how you took over countries. It's how you won. If you didn't have that, you weren't winning. You were, you know, you were losing. You were normal. In the 16 and 1700s, early 1700s, there were something called indentured slaves. Now, these were the Irish. They were brought over. They were the same as slaves. They were forced to work for one person without pay. They were treated like shit, and they didn't get to have a life. Their life was serving someone because they were forced to. Go forward, you have the Europeans taking the Africans from their native land and bringing them to places like Haiti, Dominican Republic. All of that was slaves. And then that slave trade, coming from there, leaked into the United States. Now, you don't see any statues of the people that were bringing the slaves in. However, you do see statues of people like George Washington. He's on Mount Rushmore. He was a slave owner. Thomas Jefferson, slave owner. Who else? Like there are tons of people. I mean, we got statues of Robert E. Lee being taken down. He was one of the reasons. He was that, like, big cheese for the Confederate Army. I understand a lot of people don't like our history. And it's exactly that. It's history. It was in the past. It's not affecting us now. The Civil War happened over 150 years ago. It started in 1861. We're in 2017. If you're really going to let the fucking slavery shit bother you 150 years after it was abolished, you've got issues, okay? Because no one to this day was living when slavery was still around in the United States. Now, I understand, afterwards we had the Jim Crow laws, we had segregation. We had all that shit where whites went to one place, blacks went to another. But for the most part, that's all gone. I mean, completely it's all gone. A few years ago, the last segregated school in the country, in like Mississippi, I think it was. Don't quote me on that because I'm not looking this shit up. I'm going off the top of my head. And they were still segregated and now they're not. We live in a world where anyone can do anything. Your potential in this country is limitless. You could go from being a goddamn homeless man on the side of the road begging for $1 to literally running a multi-million-dollar company. And there's no in between. That's the American dream. It's not dead. It's still here. People are... they're not seeing it. It's still here. It's alive and well. But getting rid of our history is something we shouldn't be doing. It's a waste. Because there's a saying. Those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it. And this is how it starts. We start by taking down statues. We start by taking down plaques. There was a plaque in New York of Robert E. Lee. It had his name on it. They took it down. We start erasing our history by taking down shit like statues. Yeah, it's a dark point in the United States' history, but it's a point that needs to be, studied, remembered, and shown, because we're not perfect. We never were. We were founded by people who owned slaves. That's how it is. Alright, we were also founded by someone who, oh yeah, you guys are going to love this one, said to never split into political parties. Keep one party, don't split. What did we do? We split. We have arguments every 4 years over which side has better views. Okay? One side is very conservative. The other side is very liberal. We need to find a place in the middle, because obviously this system isn't working. We shouldn't have a democratic election where someone won the electoral vote, which I'm not getting into the electoral college. I'm pretty sure my dad did a video on that, and if he did, it'll be over here somewhere. Because I don't feel like explaining it, because it's too much fucking bullshit. The electoral college was founded so that the people couldn't, as a whole, decide the president. Because some of us aren't that smart. And we will literally just be sheep, and someone will be like, oh yeah, I'm voting for so-and-so. And they're like, oh, you know what? Let me vote for so-and-so. That's not how it should be. You should be educated on who you're voting for. You should, I understand a lot of people don't like our current president. However, to be going and saying, not my president, that's bullshit. I understand you don't like the guy, but he was elected. He is your president, regardless of who you voted for. Okay? Back in 2000, when Bush won, you didn't see all the people that voted for Al Gore going, not my president, not my president. You didn't see that in 2004 when Bush won versus Kerry, and everyone that voted for Kerry going, not my president, not my president. You didn't see that shit. You didn't see it in 08. I don't know about 12, I wasn't paying attention, but yeah, there were people that were bitter, but we didn't have people out in the fucking streets leaving school because they didn't like the fucking president. Okay? He's a fucking commander-in-chief. If you like him, you like him. If you don't, you don't. As long as he's getting his job done, it shouldn't be any of your concern. And it's to the point where I've had friends that have put like Obama's policies, people that are diehard Obama fans, put his policies and said Trump did it, and he said it to those people, and they're so fucking uneducated. They're like, oh, that's horrible. And they're like, oh, so you hate Obama. So, at this point, what I'm gonna get at, because I'm running a long ass video right now. We shouldn't be taking down statues because you're destroying our history. I understand it might not be the brightest points in our history, but we should still be learning about the President of the Confederacy and the President and the General of the Confederate Army. Yes, it's still in textbooks, but learning's more interactive when we got places to go. And if there's places with statues, you can go there. Like, hey, this was erected because of the General of the Confederate Army. Or, yeah, he might not have discovered America, but because of Columbus coming over here, the rest of Europe decided to come over, and here we are. So yes, he didn't discover America, but because of him and other people, because of him, it triggered a bunch more expeditions to the United States, and that's what ultimately led to the colonization and the creation of it. Because, I mean, it's been proven the Vikings found America, but they didn't write it down, or if they did, the fucking Europeans weren't reading that shit. Like, oh, barbarians. Okay, that's what we see when we look at fucking Vikings in fucking mainstream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't even know, guys. All I know is stop fucking destroying our history, okay? And all those fucking skinheads out there, if you're watching this, fuck you, okay? Because you don't belong in this fucking country. You don't, okay? You just don't. You're fucking wrong. And that's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, guys, drop some likes on this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you didn't. I understand, I just got very fucking opinionated here, but a lot of the shit in the fucking news I've seen in the last few days, it's just pissing me off to the point where I can't fucking do it anymore. I needed to make a fucking video. I needed a fucking outlet, because if I don't, I'm gonna fucking explode, and I'm a fucking resident assistant now, so I can't afford to fucking get pissed. Because I have to be the fucking support staff. Anyways, drop a comment, tell me I can improve the videos. No, I'm not putting fucking music in this video. If you fucking comment, I can use your CC-free music in my fucking videos, because I know it ends up in spam, and I'm the only one that can fucking see it. I'm going to fucking flip shit. Twitter link is in the description down below. Don't forget to follow that for updates and shit on the channel. And, until next time, guys, don't forget to keep it classy.